The next debt crisis. Are you prepared? Right now, the global economy is walking a tightrope. $315 trillion in global debt, interest rates rising, defaults climbing, and the stock market detached from reality. Every financial crash has one thing in common: too much debt chasing too little value. And most people? Still swiping, still borrowing, still thinking the system can't crack again, but it can. And it already has. More than once. This isn't fear, it's fact. If you don't understand how debt moves, you won't see the crash coming. You might think you're good because you've got a job, a credit score, and a little savings. But if this thing breaks, none of that will matter. Let's take it back. Back in 1982, Latin America was on a borrowing spree. Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, they all took out massive loans to grow fast. But when the US hiked interest rates, those payments exploded. They couldn't keep up, economies crashed, and a whole decade of growth wiped out. And in 1997, Asia got hit hard. It all started in Thailand. Their currency fell apart under heavy speculation, and panic spread fast. One by one, South Korea, Indonesia, and the Philippines, they all got dragged into deep recession. Then came 2008. That one hit home. People were getting homes they couldn't afford. Banks didn't care. They just wanted to flip the debt and get paid. But when it cracked, it all collapsed. Lehman Brothers fell. Trillions vanished. Whole economies got dragged down. And what was behind it all? Debt, hidden risk, and the belief that the music would never stop. The patterns is simple. When debt grows faster than income, for families, businesses, or governments, the system breaks. When one domino falls, the rest don't stand long. The question isn't if another crash is coming. It's when. Let's talk about right now, because this isn't just another economic cycle, it's a slow-motion collapse. Global debt? $315 trillion. That's over 3 times the total value of everything the world produces in a year. In 2008, it was $180 trillion. We've added almost $140 trillion since then. In the US alone, national debt just passed $34 trillion, and interest payments are about to top $1 trillion a year. That's more than what's spent on Medicare or defense. Household debt? Over $17 trillion. Credit card debt alone just passed $1.1 trillion, highest it's ever been. And people under 30 are falling behind faster than anyone. This isn't just noise, but this is stress, system-level stress. Corporate debt's flashing red too, and companies gorged on cheap money during the 2010s. And now those low-interest loans are maturing. In 2024, over $1.2 trillion in corporate debt has to be refinanced, at rates 2 to 3x higher than before. Profits get squeezed, layoffs start. Globally, it's even worse. Countries like Egypt, Argentina, and Pakistan are buried in debt. Many are barely staying alive through IMF bailouts. In Africa, over 20 nations spend more on debt than on healthcare or education. Even the big players are in trouble. Japan debt to GDP ratio 260%. Italy's over 140%. These aren't warning signs, they're blaring alarms. But here's the thing about debt crisis. They don't start with panic. They start with silence. Everyone pretending it's fine until it's not. And when it hits real people, not just banks or hedge funds. Remember 2008? 8 million jobs, gone. 10 million homes, gone. Retirement accounts sliced in half. Families on food stamps. Graduates moving back in. Suicide, addiction, depression, all spiked. And guess what? A lot of those same risk factors are back, but worse. If a government hits the debt wall, spending gets slashed. Budgets shrink. Public services get cut. First healthcare, then infrastructure, then schools. Inflation hits too. Print more money to pay debt? Prices rise. Bread that used to cost $2 is now $4. Gas doubles, rent climbs, but wages flat. That crushes working families. Small businesses take hits too. Credit dries up. Loans get denied. That bakery that wanted to grow? Stuck. That startup chasing funding? Dead. Jobs disappear. Local economies stall. And people already on the edge fall off. And don't think you're safe just because your job feels stable. If your customer folds, your supply chain breaks, or your client can't pay, It rolls downhill, fast. Debt is gravity. When it pulls too hard, everything falls. That's why you don't wait. You get ahead. You don't need to predict the exact date of the crash, you just need to be ready before it hits. Here's how smart people move. 1. Kill high-interest debt. Credit cards destroy futures. A $5,000 balance at 25% interest will bury you if you ignore it. Pay it off now. 2. Lock in fixed rates. Variable loans will flip on you. If you can, lock your mortgage, student loan, or auto loan before rates spike. 3. Build a real emergency fund. Not a cushion, a runway. 6 to 12 months of expenses. When layoffs hit, they hit fast. No warning. 4th, own assets that fight inflation. Dividend stocks, rental property, gold, tips, things that keep value when currency doesn't. 5. Create income outside your 9 to 5. A side hustle, a digital product, a monetizable skill. In a crisis, multiple incomes equals control. 6. Stop trying to time the market. Prepare for cycles. Study value. Stay liquid. When others panic, you move. 7. Level up your financial literacy. Read, learn. Follow the right thinkers. Don't get played by media or fake gurus. Know how the game works. Because here's the truth. Debt is the killer behind every collapse. It builds quietly while people swipe, spend, and trust that someone else has it handled. But no one does. Governments can't print forever. Households can't borrow their way to freedom. And investors can't chase infinite returns on broken trust. When debt grows faster than value, collapse follows. So here's the real question. Who do you want to be? The one who ignored the signs and who thought it'd be fine and who stayed comfortable while everything cracked? Or the one who saw it coming and got prepared? Because the ones who survive, they don't wait. They act. They cut the fat, stack cash, learn fast. And when the system stumbles, they don't panic. They position, they purchase, they protect. This isn't about fear, it's about discipline. It's about freedom, and it starts right now. This is The Lesson, where we don't just talk about money, we talk about building real power, real wealth, real independence. And if you're building smarter, hit that subscribe button. And if you're preparing before the next collapse, comment ready. Because the ones who prepare early, they're the ones who win when everyone else loses.